So, a couple of weeks ago, I made a video on making myself a very nice man bag. Now, since that video, I've actually used it and I've been out and about with it. We've been on a small staycation and I've used it and it turned out really well, but there were a few adjustments I wanted to make. Ah! Yes, so welcome back to Dadskillz, and if you're wondering why I'm beaming and smiling in this video, it's because there's someone else in the room who's trying to make me laugh. Come and say hello. Come on. Wait, say hello. No. Oh, he's just been called by Mum.
Dad.
Oh, here she is. There's another one. Come and say hello, Mum. Come and say hello. Say hello. No, Hola. Put your face in it.
We need more pasta.
Hey. So, as I was saying before, I was interrupted for can we go and get pasta. The bag turned out really well. There were a few things that I did in the meantime afterwards. I don't think I showed on the actual video itself. I think I put those on, didn't I? Just to stop the corners tearing, and I also don't want to give away the surprise. And I also did them on the front as well. And then there were some weak points in the corners where I couldn't get down there with the sewing machine, so I hand stitched them, and in some of them I put rivets in. But let's take a look at the alterations I wanted to make. Ah! So, here I've got my aluminium blank for stamping, and I got this off Amazon. Now, I think these things are used for identifying trees, and you stamp in what they are and tag them next to them. But they seem thick enough not to bend when I'm going to use them, so, and soft enough, obviously, to get stamped. So here I've got my set of stamps, and everything I use in this video I'll link in the description below if you fancy having a go yourself. The only thing I change about this is not having that already pre-drilled hole, but I found some on eBay without the drilled hole, but they're out of stock, so these ones it is. It suddenly struck me after doing all this that YouTube is actually one word. And then give it a little hammer just to flatten it out. So we put a bit of wood inside there to stop the punch going all the way through. Now this is to hide my popper, little fastener that I want on it. Because obviously my badge is going to go on top of that so you can't see it. So these are quite cool little things. Now I got there in the end with this one. I had to do this twice because the first one I didn't get it quite right, so we did it again. It was absolutely fine. So now another different pack of fasteners from Amazon, and now I can get the actual logo on over that popper. So I'm just marking through everything at the moment. Then I can actually make the holes. So with all these bits and pieces that I've done making this bag, I've not actually looked up any YouTube videos or anything how to make it, because I wanted to see if I could actually work it out for myself, as it were. And so it's all fairly self-explanatory, really. There we go. That's the first stage done. Perfect. Works a treat. So the second thing I wanted to do was put a pocket there. I think that could be quite useful. So I found a piece of leather that looked quite nice. It's got a nice pattern on it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put a popper, a fastener, in the top there. And that's going to hold it steady, hopefully. Ready for the next stage. So now we can pop that on. get it squared up and use this useful little leather hole punching tool. Looks like a fork. Ready for me to stitch it by hand. And all it does is makes, as you can see, the little perforations. It just helps you to push a needle through. Now, I bought about, how many is there? 9, is it? 9 different threads, which I think could look cool doing this. And in the end, I went for the boring one. I just thought there's only a couple of colours on this bag. And so if I did it a different colour, it would look a bit odd. So in the end, we went for the lighter brown one. This was an absolute pain, trying to get this started. This bit would have been much easier if I'd have decided I wanted a pocket before I'd actually stitched the whole thing together. But... Thank you. But I got hecklers. Dadskillz got hecklers. But I didn't even know then that I wanted a pocket, so we carry on. So that took ages to get started and get going. But we got there in the end, and now you can get into a bit of a rhythm on a run like that. I'm not going to do it all at once, and I'll show you why in a moment. So I'm going to work my way down to the bottom there. And then I'm actually going to work my way back up. So I fill in all those gaps you can see. And that means when I reach the top there, I can now tie my 2 ends where I started and where I finished, which makes quite a neat job, really. Then I've just got to keep going then. Do the other side on the bottom. Ah! Well, that turned out really well. I think it's actually finished. I've also got some choice additions. I've got some 90s based memorabilia there, and I've also got a rather special one in the middle of there. There we go. That's for the haters. So let's have one last look at the bag. We have some poppers up the top there because a couple of reasons. When I was out and about and I slung it around my back, it used to sit, it sat at a funny angle, and so it would drag this over there, which I didn't want. So we've got some poppers at the top to stop that happening and for a bit of security as well. And then, as you saw, we've got the logo with the popper behind it because I didn't particularly want to see that popper. And then, I've still got someone in the room heckling me. Come on, come over here. You might as well be in it.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, if you've never done it, look up. Well, we looked up Dadskillz on the AI thing on Snapchat. And apparently it says I do comedy skits, which is very, very rude. So there's the pocket, so I can stick a mobile in there, stick some pens in there or whatever. So that turned out really well. So that's it from Dadskillz today, and I hope you've enjoyed this wonderful episode. Just like my good friend here has. Hello. Until the next one, I will see you again. Say goodbye, Arthur.
Bye!
Oh, I need to do thumbnail looks.